Hey, y'all, Gravity. Any day above ground, live it. Hope you're having a fantastic start to your Sunday. Sorry for being late, but I was gathering some more information. Time got away from me. We're going to have a serious conversation this morning. MAGA, come on in here. We're going to terrorize you this morning. I know it's the Lord's Day. We should be rejoicing and be glad in it. But I'll say it like this. MAGA, you guys are evil. Like, real talk. I understand that the last, we'll even say decade, I understand you guys were under attack from the left because you were supporting Donald Trump. I didn't agree with that. I understand that the left was going after your jobs and all that, calling y'all racist. I understand that. Here's where I'm going to deviate and not give you any more praise. Because I respect the fact that you guys support that man and you should be able to do that without fear of reprisal. Here's the difference. You guys don't understand what you're doing right now. Y'all are using Charlie Kirk as an effigy to do revenge firings and revenge bumps in the road because people feel a certain way about somebody. That's what we're doing in 2025. And it would be one thing for you to go around and, you see a post that you go and knock somebody off. Okay, fine. I don't agree with it, but whatever. You guys are creating databases now. Oh, y'all think y'all the government now. Wait a minute. MAGA, y'all told me y'all were trying to drain the swamp. Now y'all are out here aiding the swamp. This is wonderful. I'm glad this happened. These massive lawsuits, these class actions that are about to be filed in the next 6 months to a year, going into midterm season, this is going to be biblical. MAGA just accelerated their downfall. This is going to be biblical. What do I mean? For those who don't know, MAGA, since Charlie Kirk passed away that Wednesday, they've been scouring the internet, scouring the social media apps to find people that are dancing on that man's grave and looking up whatever information they can about these people and calling up their employers and getting them fired. And in the first video we're going to see, going on TV and openly bragging about it. Hold on. Sorry. I forgot I was recording something. Listen to this. What the hell? What's going on? Uh-oh. Now my system doesn't want to work. Oh, no. Oh, that's why. That thing was low. Okay. Listen to this.
They created cancel culture, and we are now playing by their rules, and they can't stand it. In reality, it's just consequence culture. They're finally learning consequences to their actions. We're holding them accountable because complacency is what led us to the last week. What we saw to that poor girl on the bus, what we saw happen to Charlie Kirk, and so many other unfortunate...
Complacency. Wait a minute. What? Lady, you're going to blame complacency on what happened to Charlie Kirk and Arena Zaruska. Y'all can't be serious. What have I been saying since Thursday? This man is more important to them as a symbol than a living human being. That is insane. I can't believe she said that. Okay, go ahead.
Fortunate situation. So they are seeing the consequences of their actions.
Absolutely. Hannah, you've got the War Secretary.
Newsmax, congratulate yourself because you just put yourself in that class action lawsuit. Congratulate yourself. It's not like, see, y'all dodged what happened in 2020. You're not going to dodge what happened in 2025, but we're going to keep it going. This is going to be the greatest part of those lawyers' discovery when all those folk come outside and want to file lawsuits. It's going to be beautiful. Do y'all know there's an entire website with this name in it of people and their posts with the towns or cities that they live in, available on the internet? Black family, we staying away from this, but we're going to educate you nonetheless. So I saw this last night, and I couldn't believe it. They don't want to save the country. They just want to be celebrities. This website is almost certainly criminal defamation, and any of the people on it have an easy lawsuit. They created an entire database to put up people who have their posts on Charlie Kirk, not giving a damn about him passing away. I seem to, maybe somebody can remind me, I didn't see a database for Trump supporting racists. I never saw it. Maybe somebody can tell me the site, we can go look for it, then we go tit for tat. Maybe we could do that. I'm just saying. Okay. Look them up on this website. I'm going to make a point later that MAGA, they're sabotaging themselves doing this. Not what I said at the beginning of this live. There's something else that they're not even thinking of. And they're actually also, outside the class action lawsuits and the personal lawsuits that are going to happen, they're also doing something that I know the government wants. And they're going to help facilitate the action. But we're going to discuss that later. I just want y'all to understand that. I'm not even going to show y'all this website. I thought about doing it. I'm not even going to do that. This here, though, we're going to make y'all laugh before we get back into the teaching. We're going to make y'all laugh. So, as I keep saying, they don't want to save the country. They just want to be celebrities. Ben Shapiro, you know, Charlie's quote-unquote friend, someone he's known since he was Charlie, since Charlie was 18 years old. Ben Shapiro is a decade older than that man. Decided that, you know what? Instead of being respectful to Charlie Kirk, going on Bill Maher to talk about Charlie Kirk, he went on to talk about the shooter. That's fine. It's newsworthy. It's okay. But in typical Ben Shapiro, Daily Wire, right-wing worldview, he got it wrong. And he actually went on cable TV and exposed how he got it wrong. Let's laugh at Ben again. Sorry, it's low again.
If shooting of a Republican, if there's a shooting at a synagogue, it is very likely to be either a white supremacist or a radical Muslim. If it is a shooting of a Republican politician, it is very likely to be a trans Antifa Marxist shooter.
That is just...
A trans Antifa Marxist shooter. Because there's never been a Republican politician that's never got hit by another Republican politician. Oh, okay. Never been attacked. I get it, Ben. Got it. T. Herrera, if you don't think conservatives are naive, would you like to go in my archives and review the first 8 months of this year and show how naive they are? We could do that for you. If you want to request that, we could do that at the end of this. I could show you how many conservatives have jumped off the Trump train. I could show you that, but okay. Continue.
It's not
That
true.
is,
We don't know what this kid is.
We do know this kid was of the left. We do know that.
We do know what?
That this kid was of the political left. That is a...
I thought he was a registered independent. The political left? I thought he was independent. Why? Because he had opposing views of who he was raised by? Why didn't he register as a Democrat? The political left. Even though they said it was his last few moments of freedom, he didn't say anything about which side he was leading to. But, I know. He was with the Transformer. It was the Transformers' fault. That's what it was. It was Transformers' fault. Starscream and then radicalized him. I understand. They were getting him prepped for Unicron. I understand. I get it.
According to contemporaneous reporting from The Guardian, as well as Tablet Magazine today.
It's 2 days out. We don't know shit, Ben.
But here's...
We don't know shit. They never do. The internet is undefeated in getting it wrong to begin with.
Facts. I think we can agree with Bill Maher. He's a racist. We can agree with him. The internet gets it wrong. This is why I teach my crowd, and I teach y'all all the time. Let's wait. You don't have to be the first one to say something. Every time. Let's wait. And just to bring that up, I purposely did what I did on Friday with Tyler Robinson, because I wanted y'all to go out there and realize that the media was the enemy. Especially on social media. Everybody was just throwing out information. I knew he was independent. I just kept saying registered Republican because of his family. But I wanted to see who was going to come in there and really start thinking. But most of them didn't. But, we continue.
It's not about the internet. That's about the actual reporting by mainstream acceptance. The Guardian is not right.
Here's what we heard. Here's what I was told so far, and I'll tell you what was wrong. First, I heard he's a registered Republican. Not true. Okay. Then he's a donor to Trump. Not true. His father works in the sheriff's office. Not true. There was a picture of him wearing a pro-Trump shirt. Not true. Member of the Democratic Socialists of America. Not true. We don't know what he is. Well, how are you so sure he's of the left? Now, I agree when you write on a bullet, terrible. It's catch this.
Catch this
How did the left destroy Tyler? Oh, Lord. Here we go.
fascist, which is also a gamer thing.
Okay, but now I'm hearing he may have been part of that group for whom Charlie Kirk was not right-wing enough.
You mean the Groypers? Yes. I mean, so that would. So,
They got Nick Fuentes running. He out there doing pieces. He out there on his show trying to say, we didn't do this. Oh, you don't like it when somebody blames you for something you didn't do, huh? Nah, live with that. Let's go.
You're sure he's not that?
I'm not sure that he's not
Oh,
that.
a minute ago you were sure what he was.
Hold on.
That's what they did at Warner Brothers with the Coyote. They dropped the anvil on him. Do it again.
Charlie Kirk was not right-wing enough.
I mean, the Groypers, yes. I mean, so that would.
But you're sure he's not that?
I'm not sure that he's not
Oh,
that.
a minute ago you were sure what he was.
Hold on, Bill. Hold on. Okay, because I've been.
You were.
Got him. Oh, Lord. Got him. Hey, Ben, I don't think you should be going on these debate tours if you're losing arguments to Bill Maher. Remember, a lot of college kids watch Bill Maher. They're going to smoke you in debates. But, you know, that's Ben Shapiro. Let's see. Gunther Eagleman. We have another one. Everyone meet Carolyn J. Brown, a professor at Seton Hall, a Catholic university who celebrated the passing of Charlie in a disgusting way, calling it comedy. Is this really something that Seton wants teaching on campus? Let's make her famous. What did she say? I have zero empathy for the violent death of a man who thought our children's lives were a reasonable price to pay for his right to own a gun. Okay. If I say being mauled by a bear is the price of freedom, subsequently I'm mauled by a bear, well, that's comedy. Vance, gotta go, because he was not MAGA. You literally just heard him and me say that he wasn't a registered Republican. How was he MAGA? His people were MAGA. God, I tell you, they don't. What? Hey, Jack Common, you said if you attend a college coming from a Republican family, then turn gay or trans, you're a Democrat? So you mean all them nice conservative girls that go to college, they just become Democrats? That's what we're doing? Oh, I didn't know that. Huh. Woo. I tell you, the right wing don't like women. I don't know what it is. Look at Laura Loomer. Now, people are saying that Laura Loomer is part of that website that I showed you earlier. And if that's the case, boy, she in some trouble. But she's also in some trouble because somebody found out that she might not be an actual born and bred human American. That her people pulled the old, I'm going to jump across the border and have this baby griff. But we're going to look into that. VAP, that's a lie. Because I literally have programs here showing how MAGA hates women. Y'all don't like them. But okay. Laura Loomer said, proud to say this guy will be fired soon thanks to my expose. I'll cry over FEMA employees' revolting comments about Charlie Kirk. I plan to get many more people fired this weekend. I encourage all of you to do the same. We can't coexist with commies. So we're doxing people. I mean, that's all right. Continue. The pendulum always swings the other way. I get it, though. Laura Loomer is fighting with Tizzy Entertainment right now on who they can expose faster. I get it. Yes, they love calling people commies or socialists. This is the MAGA buzzword. Keep going. Black families, stay away from this. It's got nothing to do with us. Stay away from it. If you black and you didn't like Charlie Kirk, just say, I didn't like that man. Keep it pressing. They're going to try to make one of us the face of this. Just keep it pressing. Right, die, lie. If y'all right-leaning men love that so much, why y'all not calling out Turning Point USA for having orgies? These are all supposed to be conservative families and marriages. Why y'all not calling that out? Come on now. I'm not deleting nobody. They're deleting people. I took away one person because they were sitting there telling Porkies. Oops. What proof do I have of what, geese? What proof? I need you to go. Nah, dream to be. Nah, they telling you that they MAGA love everybody. They trying to save the country. I don't know what you're talking about, Lily. I don't know what you're talking about. I need y'all to write out full sentences and explain yourselves. Come on now. Well, RK, see now, see what Charlie did with the watch list on the college professors. That was okay. That was okay. The left in Trump's first term exposing people being racist. That was bad. Trust me, Charlie would not approve of y'all coming up with whole websites for people. He wouldn't approve of that. But okay. Y'all want that. It's okay. It's all right. Within a year and a half, Turning Point USA will be sold. It's okay. So back to that website. Someone said, do you know the definition of defamation? It's coming out of their own mouths and faces. Accountability sucks. So they asked, what's the name of the website? And the name of the website is Charlie's Deleters. You know, the M word. That's why I said this class action lawsuit they're going to file is going to be massive. Because y'all literally called a website that and put people on there, and people are going to think that they were the ones or they were acting on it. They were in concert with Tyler Robinson. The class action lawsuit is going to be beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. This person said, how is it criminal defamation? If someone puts it on social media, it's a fair game for the public. If people are so passionate about their hatred, then people should see it, and those people should stand by what they say and the consequences that come with what they say. Well, they obviously did because they didn't delete it. They were able to find it. But what y'all are doing is messing with livelihoods now. Which gonna get into the part that I really want y'all to understand. What these fools are also doing, especially when this class action lawsuit drops and these civil lawsuits drop, y'all are going to trigger Congress because a lot of these class action lawsuits, they're going to go federal, which means Congress is going to get copies of this. I would not be surprised if one of these shark lawyers try to go after Section 230. I would not be surprised if one of these shark lawyers you come to find out don't like Elon Musk and they want to take him down by proxy through these people doing what they're doing. I just want y'all, don't get pissed off at me. Don't call me no names. I just want y'all to listen for a second. This could be the catalyst for destroying social media as we know it. We have known for years that the government wanted to control these social media companies. Now, a lot of them willingly went underneath the wing of Trump as the fried rice. We know this. But Twitter has been the one. As much as Elon has buddied up to Trump and the government, he still maintains some sort of separation, which is why he sold it to XAI. And XAI, yes, we know they've been trying to get to the government, but Palantir is in there now. ChatGPT and all the others are in there. OpenAI is in there, whatever. That leaves them on the outside. What these right wingers are doing is going to open them up to massive litigation. Because them shark lawyers are going to say, you allowed this on your platform. You allowed the doxing of people on your platform continuously. We're not even going to talk about the racist stuff that y'all allowed. Your platform is a powder keg for division and to ruin people's lives. See, I told you, they don't like when you start talking like that. You see, I had almost 400 people before I started saying that, and half of them left. They don't like me saying that. I'm going to say it. Elon will fuck around and lose this. I just want y'all to understand, MAGA is going to be the reason why Elon Musk may lose this website and have to sell it to them Saudis. Because also, he was encouraging this. Not just by hosting the pages, putting this stuff up. He was actually saying this is a good thing that what y'all are doing. Because I'm sure his Tesla and SpaceX shareholders want to see him saying that. They're going to name Elon Musk and XAI and Twitter. They're going to name them in these lawsuits. See, Zuckerberg is underneath the wing. He can say, you know what? We'll do our best. We'll just take the shit down, which is what they've been doing on Instagram. They've been taking stuff down. They've been taking stuff down off Snapchat. This here, he just letting them go crazy. Are y'all ready? I'm going to ask questions now. Are y'all ready for the Saudi Arabian government to own this? And if you don't believe me, they're the next largest shareholder in this. Now, I'm not saying shareholder like in the stock market, but they have the most to lose in this outside of Fidelity Investments. They're the second biggest investors. The one platform that MAGA is allowed to roam free, they're going to ruin it so they can win a culture war. We have problems in this country. We're on the precipice of a recession. The rest of the world right now is buying gold and getting away from the dollar, which means our dollar's value is going to plummet on the world stage, which is going to trickle down into messing with your dollar value here in your own country. Instead of coming up with solutions to fix the supply chain, they're worried about people's opinions. James, I could show that. It just proves my point. But see, here's the thing with Reddit. People know Reddit is a message board, and Reddit is actually very good at doing moderation. Blue Sky lost most of their market value once people figured out what they were. People really don't even go to Blue Sky like that anymore. It's not worth it. This is what the government wants y'all doing. They want control of X. And these fools are sitting there and they're going to give it to them. That's insane. Well, OJ, you said Threads. Threads is under Facebook. They've been doing pretty good making sure people don't go in there and go crazy on Charlie Kirk. TikTok's been doing the same thing. insane. Vic Morrison, what happened to Blue Sky? They found out it was a lot of PDF stuff was going on over there. So, people started backing off a little bit. I mean, there's people on X that still go over there. They say they're more racier things over there. But it's not. The hype for it went down very quickly. Kind of like Red Note, that Chinese one that everybody was going crazy over last year. It is what it is. It always happens. Everybody wants to try to replace the big four. Well, now it's like big three. Everybody wants to replace it and it can't. So it is what it is. Dragon, how many right wingers were sitting there openly doing the same thing? We watched them for 5 years mock George Floyd. We watched them for 5 years. As soon as they could use the fentanyl grift, start doing the videos, the memes, the AI. You literally saw it. But MAGA, since they want to run around and say that they Christian and all that, should have known that, yes, eye for an eye. Retribution is only of the Lord. Philosophically, we know the pendulum swings back the other way. This is how they operate. This is how they operate.
I ain't stepping two, but I am a man. Look, I told you I wasn't stepping two. I ain't disrespecting you, son. You wanted to be one way. What? You wanted to be one way. Yeah.
They want to be able to hold all the power. Oh wait. Oh, he gonna play the fentanyl griff. Wait. George Floyd died of a knee on his neck. Now, do you want to argue what the goddamn medical professional said? You want to do that? I get it. Here we go again. We got another person that is illegal. It's illegal for him or her or it to read the first page. Let me help you. I have access to medical journals. Every doctor and medical expert said that what drugs he had in his system would not have killed him. Hey, Dragon, they don't. Oh, God, here we go again. You're talking about riots and looting. Who cares? The situations aren't the same, sir. When George Floyd died, people were on lockdown. People were pissed off. They had 4 deaths in 6 months of black people. People were tired. The fuck? Oh, this is what I mean, family. They don't know what's going on in this world. They really don't. Okay, since we're going to play that game, that should show you that George Floyd was more important than Charlie Kirk. Damn. I guess I shouldn't have said that, but it's got to be said. Regardless if it was an effigy or regardless if they just wanted to be out there because everybody was out there, you had the whole world rally against George Floyd. I'm sorry, rally against George Floyd's killers. We go 5 years later, and okay, you have people outside in hundreds, maybe even thousands, running around doing vigils for Charlie Kirk. And they're going to forget that man when October comes. Because them same people out there crying for him are going to find something else to bitch about. Since I got to be the one to say it, y'all don't love that man. And I've been saying this since Thursday. Y'all don't love him. He was better for y'all now as a symbol than a living human being, because most of these right-wingers that were sitting here saying that this is wrong and what these people are doing, doxing people and trying to ruin their lives, is a great thing. They're doing this on something that Charlie would never have stood for. It's different if he's going to do something like the website us people used to use to rate our teachers. That's something different. He is from heaven, because y'all say he in heaven. I'm going to be respectful. He in heaven. He watching people lose their jobs and watching his supposed friends concoct ways to help people lose their jobs. And you think he's smiling on that? Y'all gonna meet y'all maker one day. I want y'all to sit up there and explain that to them. Explain it to the Most High and his son. I want y'all to explain that to him. And after you explain that to him, the Son of Christ is going to look at all his angels that are going to be next to him, his apostles, his ride or dies. He's going to open his hands and open his arms, and you're going to try to feel that loving embrace. You're going to hug Jesus. Oh, yes, y'all are. Y'all going to hug Jesus. And then he going to give you a belly-to-belly suplex in the clouds, and his angels and him are going to beat y'all's asses. And you ain't never lived until you got your ass beat and your ass stomped out in some sandals. You know, them Jerusalem 9s. Them Galilee mids. Y'all keep playing. All y'all running around talking about George Floyd died of fentanyl. Okay, everybody knows the truth. So you're lying. So you're disrespecting his commandments. Oh, ho, ho. The Nazareth Force Ones, Nazareth Air Forces. Yes, sir. Yes, Jimmy. That's what I said. Because I'm black. I don't bring up George Floyd. I don't bring him up. It seems like every week they bring up George Floyd. Hell, when Charlie died, they brought up George Floyd. Why? He didn't get killed by a cop. Charlie didn't overdose on fentanyl. Why did you bring up George Floyd? George Floyd should have been in a list of the slew of black people that have been unceremoniously deleted off this earth just for existing. And it's been 5 years, over 5 years, and y'all still bring him up. Y'all bring him up more than we do. Wrong, Jimmy. Wrong. I didn't bring up George Floyd. I wasn't even thinking about George Floyd. That's nasty. George Floyd is the right wing's real hero. George Floyd made MAGA relevant. Put on these sunglasses. Oh, y'all want to talk now? Because your boy, Charlie Kirk, was very critical of George Floyd. Very Very critical. Nothing wrong with that. But I just, again, find it funny that he passes away and somehow the right wing brings up George Floyd. Oh, I know, Darth. I know you didn't see that. Somebody brought it up. But, okay, you're right. Somebody else brought up George Floyd. But it's okay. Not me, sir. And the fact you keep saying that, you're going to go. Kelly, they don't listen. This is what I'm talking about. He probably walked in right when I started talking about George Floyd and Charlie Clerk. Charlie Clerk. That's what I said. Charlie Clerk. Charlie Kirk. Somebody else wrote a comment about Charlie Kirk and George Floyd. I didn't say a word. But again, they just proved your point. They don't read the research. You right, Adel. They don't. Yet they brought him up this week. But you're right. People don't care about George Floyd. Yet the right wing brought him up. Megyn Kelly brought him up. She was lionizing Charlie Kirk. Brought up George Floyd. Oh my God. Oh man. This is what did I tell y'all? They don't love these people. They could care less. They love what they say. They were such losers on the left, they ran over to the right and still are losers. Except now they get a little bit more visibility. Losers. Look, 8 losers left. I was at 119. I'm at 111 now. 8 losers left. No, Jimmy, I want you to stay because I want people to see how ignorant you are. I want people to understand we don't trust people with 2 I's in their name at the end. We don't trust them. You can keep going. Hey, Joker, I didn't even preach anything about division. Fine, since you came here late, this is what we were talking about. I just want to show you real fast. I was talking about this. They have a whole database on folk. Talking about they want them to lose their jobs. I'm saying this is stupid because you guys are opening yourselves, not you, but the right wing is opening themselves up to massive lawsuits. I was actually on here telling them, don't do this. I understand they got y'all the first time. Y'all are supposed to be the bigger people. Don't do this. They already did it already. I said, fuck it. Black family, stay away from this. Don't say nothing no more about Charlie Kirk. Let them have it. But what we going to do about the cost of living, Zara? I'm glad you said that. We got to fix the supply chain. Trump would have been better served, and I've said this so nobody can tell me. Those who have been here will attest that I've been saying this for months. He should never have sat out there on Liberation Day or before he got in, throwing out these ridiculous percentage numbers. He should have said, everybody, when I come into office the first day, everybody finna pay 10%. BRICS, you motherfuckers, y'all are gonna pay an extra 10 just because y'all are seeking to try to destroy me in this country. So regular nations, you get 10%. BRICS nations and those aligned with BRICS, you get an extra 10. Nobody would have been pissed off about that. They'd be like, you know what, that's fair. This motherfucker said China paying 145%. China said, word, you gonna pay 145%. Backed off. 50% on Mexico and Canada, even though we got a deal, you gonna pay that. They were like, word, we gonna hit you 50%. Backed off. Playing havoc with the markets. Do y'all understand the markets are only being held up by tech stocks right now? If the tech bubble bursts, we are fucked. But they don't want to do that. Wrong, Vic. It has not been realigned. Wrong. There's a backlog right now at all our ports. Let's not do it. Let's not tell that lie. And if it was realigned, right? No, I'm sorry. You're right. It was realigned. My bad. I was thinking of another reword. That's my fault. New York is getting their supplies from Baltimore when they should be getting it from Jersey. That is insane. Here we go. Jimmy, see, this is why you need to be quiet and stop talking. Because if you don't know what the supply chain is, I can't explain it to you. You need to go leave this chat, open up your favorite browsing app, and start researching. This conversation is too advanced for you. I understand having fun with this, and we can go back and forth about Charlie Kirk and them. That's fine. That's easy. This is surface level thinking until I got to the part with the massive lawsuits and X being sued. Now we're going to talk about some real shit. If you can't follow it, I'm not asking you to leave, but either you be quiet and just listen, or you go start studying yourself, because I'm not going to sit here and spend an hour explaining it. I got my people up to speed. That's why we can have these conversations. Nobody's lost. So let's go. Right, Arthur, you're right. Basic economics is not taught here. We teach advanced economics. I'm sure you could find a channel that's teaching you basic economics. Thank you so much. Okay, Jimmy, since you want to troll, I was giving you an opportunity. I told you not to talk anymore, just listen. You want to talk about ketchup and cute dog pictures. Well, you can go put ketchup on a cute dog picture, and you can go somewhere. Thank you so much. Right, and we're not going to watch your name. See how that works? The topic's over now. We're doing something different because somebody asked the question about the supply chain. Well, how do we fix the country? I say you need to fix the supply chain, and we can't rely on tech. Okay, we could do a little teaching today. We could do a little bit. What time is it? 10 o'clock? I could dedicate 30 minutes. Okay, let's look at Trump's updated tariff. Let's see who else has, I don't even know why it's using YouTube, Yahoo. Every time this thing updates, it changes it. I deleted you. Why are you back? All right, let's do Trump tariff updates. Let's see if anybody else relented to his tariffs. Okay, let's see. Indian American communities, businesses grapple with Trump's tariffs, even after Modi said, fuck you, I'm going to stay with BRICS. Blame Donald Trump's tariffs not fed for weak economy. Okay, are tariffs actually working for Donald Trump in the U.S.? Trump 2.0 tariff tracker. Let's see. All reciprocal effective April 5th, amended June 16th. Baseline may be replaced by country-specific rate. So, yeah, they're at secondary Russian origin goods threatened. Oh, well. Prepare to pay more for lobster if you like lobster. Prepare for it. That's okay. There's other things. We'll go over that in a second. Secondary, Venezuelan oil. You got the warships over there. They're going to use the cartels to try to take the oil. Okay, it's fine. Afghanistan. The European Union, effective August 7th. Oh, it was suspended. It was suspended. Wait, what is this? Let me see. Announced countermeasures. So they suspended it. Okay, so we're getting stuff from the EU. Okay. Where's BRICS? Let me see if they put BRICS on this. Where's BRICS? Okay, here we go. Threatened July 7th, 10%. See, if he'd have just done 10% plus 10%, we'd have been good. Nothing for BRICS, though. He's still threatening BRICS. Almost over 2 months later, still threatening them. He started threatening them in January and did nothing. All right, let's just show y'all what we get from Russia. Let's see. Here we go. Mineral fuels, oils. $9 billion worth of oil. Now, that's 2021. These aren't really updated, but let's see. Let me see if I can find an updated version. Let me see. Did they update this? No. Yeah, they did for so far. U.S.-China resumes talks in Spain on trade. TikTok ban. TikTok ban. Platinum. Okay. Nitrogenous fertilizers. Fertilizer. Radioactive chemical elements, uranium and all that. Okay. Potassic fertilizers. Laminated wood. Home Depot have been hurting. I know you, especially a lot of these apartment buildings and these new home builds, they don't want to use real wood no more, except for the foundation. They want to put laminated wood all through the house, and it looks like trash. But, you know, it is what it is. Turbojets. Soybean oil cake. Phosphatic fertilizers. Aircraft or spacecraft parts. Titanium. Soybeans. Dry-shelled vegetables. Synthetic rubber. Organo-inorganic compounds. Electric motors and generators. Chocolate. I didn't even know we got chocolate. Zangief and them making chocolate now. I didn't even know that. Sorry, some of y'all didn't see that. I just saw, where was that? Texas? They were having a storm and the whole house foundation just fell. Oh, I know that construction company was pissed, boy. Now, it could be AI, but I just found that video funny. Hey, y'all want some of that Russian bread? They get $2 million worth of bread, biscuits, cakes, and pastries from Russia. Biscuits. Is Pillsbury outsourcing their food from Russia? Well, Vic Morrison, they said that credit card usage and the total amount of purchases and what the number is. I forgot the term they used. It's probably been the highest it has been. It's one of the highest it's been in history. And I can attest to that. We just spent $2,500 to fix our cars. It's crazy out here. Sunflower seeds. My black family. You know where we going with this one. Sunflower seeds. You know one of those great summertime pastimes. Actually, CPI, not Chad, actually went up. We're going to show you that. Yeah, CPI went up. Yeah, see, it went up at a rate 2.9. I was actually going to do a program on Tuesday about that, but we could just mention it here. Yeah. They think that Powell is going to cut interest rates. I don't see it. I think it would. I think he thinks it's better served if we get into a recession. That way, he'd have an excuse to lower it as low as he can. Oh, by the way, I'm glad I remember this. Thank you, Chad. I appreciate you reminding me of this. So I'm gonna be nice today. We will give you the power. Do you know the government's about to shut down? Oh, you don't believe me. I figured you didn't. I figured you didn't. Yeah, there's going to be a shutdown in October. What the hell? I don't want the AI. Democrats dig in on healthcare. Threat of government shutdown looms. We are about 17 days away, 2.5 weeks from a government shutdown. And Democrats are saying unless you fund a comprehensive healthcare bill with the framework of the ACA, we're not going to sign off on this budget. Motherfuckers will get furloughed. We don't give a shit. We'll take another vacation. I'm sure y'all want, while y'all are arguing over doxing people over Charlie Kirk posts, yeah. Notice this is not being dominated on X. You know, that's what they say. The biggest app in the world for news. Nobody's talking about this. They're going to have a government shutdown over health care. Dream to Beat said, why are we playing Republicans? Because that's what we do, just like we pay Democrats. That's what we do. Now, there's what you could do is what I've been advocating. November 3rd, 2026, we vote everybody out and we make sure that those people we put in understand that the first day you get in there, you need to change the fundamental makings of the US government. And one of the first things you need to do is term limits. I know Trump and them are trying to propose that, but we know where they got that from. Number two, you need to start figuring out how to fix this economy. And we're not talking about bailouts for corporations. You need to bail out the people. But we'll see if they'll do it. They're not going to do it, though. Nah, GDS, we're not going to play the Supreme Court game. No. That's what the left and the right want. We're not going to do that. We're not going to give them an excuse. Because remember, that crime bill's coming next year. We don't want to give them an excuse for either side to try to pack the court to try to implement it faster. We're not going to do that. Because both sides want it. Let's go back to that Russia. I'm gonna suggest something for y'all since the MAGA idiots they got upset at me earlier. It's fine. I would start buying stuff up now. If you have the funds, I would go get your Halloween costume now. If you celebrate that, or the candy, I would go get it now. If you got a chest freezer, me personally, I would go get the turkey now. and leave it in the chest freezer. Take it out the second week of November. No, sorry, the third week of November. That weekend, take it out. Let it defrost naturally. I think I'm gonna make oxtails this year. I think I'm gonna buy it at the end of October and just freeze it. I would start buying supplies. Go down to your warehouse, buy the 25-year food. I would do that. If you into the guns, start buying bullets. Because I also started reading that they're gonna start having another bullet shortage very soon. I start buying bullets. Non-alcoholic drinks. Not water, juice, or milk. So it sounds like we might be getting soda product from Russia. Hey. Instead of that orange crush, we're getting orange Chernobyl. Oh my God. Mineral water. Your favorite restaurant loves bringing out that mineral water, boy. Yeah, GDS, they were crashing out because they didn't think they were going to go through their supply like that. Oh, listen, he wants a sweetheart deal on all this bullshit, Kelly. We knew the game. We knew the game. Look, pasta, couscous. That's not a lot, but goddamn, Barilla. Don't tell me y'all passing through Russia before you get here. Couscous is Mediterranean / Middle Eastern. It's going through Russia. Russia is making couscous. Oh, well, Vic, look here. They thought, and I say this a lot too. 2020, they did have a depression because it was stuck in the house. But again, they had too many first world amenities. So it wasn't that bad. But they subconsciously did something that they shouldn't have done. They loved their government. Trust and believe, and I'll stand on this. If the Democrats were in charge through the White House when C-19 happened, you would have seen a revolt in this country. Because they wouldn't have stood for it. Trump originally told them to stand down and stand by when he locked this country down. Y'all don't want to hear me. Them fools, as soon as he said that, them fools said, okay. And the second they thought nobody was looking, they ran to Florida. Oh, man. Them California people, as soon as nobody was looking, they ran. They jumped on that Golden Gate Bridge and ran southeast. Let me see the average price of bullets right now. Let's see. No, that was March. I don't want March because I remember the price of March. That was disgusting. Where is it? Is any? Did y'all change it? Oh, here it is. What the fuck? Oh, I can't read. Let's see. Gun ammo just arrived. What's this? Man arrested in Hanover on weapons charges after guns and ammo. What? Guns and ammo found in vehicle near mall. Why would you take it to a note? Never mind. Let's see. What's the average price right now? Average price of ammunition varies by caliber and type, but for common calibers like 9mm, prices can range from about 18 cents to 35 cents per round when purchased in bulk. Charles, no, the hell we're not. I am Kid Gravity. These people are themselves. We are not Charlie Kirk. The fuck? Y'all better chill on that. Look, grenades. Where are the grenades? No, it's you are, not your. I ain't no devil, sir. I'm bathed in the blood of Christ and the Most High. That's why he was able to allow me to wake up this morning and be a productive member of society. Just like he woke you up to write the fact that you don't know you're and you are. Thank you so much. No, SD Johnson, put him back. Natural honey. Hey. Natural honey. I ain't know the bees could survive in them colds. Let's get it. Look, I was searching for average price of ammos for guns. Look, the first thing they talking about Charlie Kirk. Government is diabolical, boy. Big tech is diabolical. Let's look up China, because China's sitting up there. China don't give a fuck. China says fuck you. Here we go. Businesses are rushing to reroute shipments to Canada in a move that might lead. Oh, that was like a year ago. Lead to cheaper goods risks for businesses, of course. Let's see. TikTok negotiations. Now, let's just say they get a deal for TikTok. That's probably what's gonna prevail next week. Trump and MAGA own TikTok. Okay. See how quick y'all forgot about old boy? Say less. China targets U.S. semiconductor sector ahead of Madrid trade talks. Gangsters. They're gangsters. Oh, man. Oh, man. Y'all better watch Trader Joe's and your favorite supermarket. They're probably getting their honey from Russia. Western Canada ready to be a 51st state? Nope, they good. Notice, as soon as they put that new PM in, or president, notice how Canada got out of the news cycle? We were here that night when they lost, when the conservatives lost. Oh, by the way, speaking of losing, MAGA's so worried about this, right? You had 3 governments fall last week. They didn't pay attention to that. That's bad. And one of them was a Western power. Oh, Kelly, we know he don't care. He's better to them as a symbol than a living human being. They were running around right now saying he could have been president. What? Y'all are insane. President? Fam, let's just play this game. Let's just say Charlie Kirk was still alive and he ran for president. Do you really think he's going to get past the caucuses? No. I tell you that, so we've gone now from a celebrity down to an influencer. This is who they want as president, shaping policy that is going to affect generations. A social media influencer and a conservative commentator. Y'all's bars are low, boy. And I know I'd be on here joking that Matthew McConaughey might run. Let me look. Let me see if he said anything about Charlie Kirk. Let me see. America Ferrera and Jamie Lee Curtis. What? Oh, they talking about a movie. They doing a movie about wildfire. Okay. Charlie Kirk. I like Matthew McConaughey, but he was totally out of line discussing policy he knows nothing about. Celebrities, stay in your lane. This is from 2022. Okay. Yet Biden brought him in there and talked about Uvalde. He was actually making sense. Oops. So he didn't say anything. All right. All right. Let's see politics real fast. Matthew McConaughey expressed interest in politics, including potential run for governor of Texas, but has not formally declared a political affiliation. But he's a Democrat, so we'll see. He has been involved in discussions about issues like gun control and has advocated for increased film production incentives in Texas. Actor Matthew McConaughey tells governors he's still mulling future run for political office. That was last year. What's this? Matthew McConaughey pushed for Hollywood in Texas divides Republicans. Wait, Republicans don't want to have money coming into Texas? Who's shocked? Well, Paul, if he's right that celebrities should stay out of politics, why is Trump in there? If they really about that life, they shouldn't have voted for Trump twice. They should have went for DeSantis. I'm just saying. They don't really believe what they're saying, and they've proven that to you a lot. They don't believe it. They just say whatever is going to get them clicks. But that's all right. Trump been a celebrity since the early 80s. He's literally the second actor that's been in the White House. It's okay. You know what? Who said that? GDS Asset Ra. Let me see something. And then I'm leaving. They might actually go after somebody if they do something like this. Nah, they ain't say nothing about that. All right. I love how Cash Patel feel like he found somebody. Like they actually did some real investigation. That motherfucker got turned in by somebody. Oh, here we go. Oh, of course. Of course. When Charlie Kirk arrives in Valhalla, starts telling them that a woman should submit to her husband. Damn. Wait a minute. Y'all didn't go after this man? He got 1.4 million. You didn't go after this man? Wait, Cash said this? I'll see you in Valhalla. Oh, Lord. So that's why people were talking about Valhalla? He said it? Maybe they're trying to tell us the government's going for a more Norse foundation. Wow. That's crazy. I didn't even watch that press conference, but that's crazy. Valhalla. So what I said in Jason Black's live yesterday was not that far off the mark then, because I said he was more of an effigy. And we know in Valhalla, never mind, we're not going to go there. I don't want to get in trouble. Valhalla. Blonde hair, blue eyed. Okay. Get some. Charlie wasn't no warrior, sir. Remember, this is the same dude who let Chung Yuger get him out of character. That's crazy. Oh, GDS. See, they don't read that. Remember, they got mad at the Viking show because they had black people playing Vikings, even though black people have been Vikings. But you know, it's okay. It's okay. But anyway, we're getting off on tangents here. Let me get out of here. I gotta get ready to go to work. Oh, listen, Yasuke, Cash is trying to be Beta Ray Bill. We know. Okay, we're gonna be funny. We're gonna be funny. Before we go, we're gonna be funny. I just want to see what it looks like. Well, damn. That's not even Cash. Well, maybe that's probably the closest. That's what Cash want to look like. Nobody could debate who. Charlie Kirk? Huh? Did you not? Hold on, Paul. Did you not see him go to Oxford and get thoroughly destroyed? One of them gave him the business so much he tried to change the subject. We're not going to do that. I can't spell this morning. God damn. That's insane. I spelled it wrong. He still knew what I was talking about. That's insane. This is Cash. Oh, man. That's funny. I wonder when they're going to turn on cash again. But anyway, let me get up out of here. Hopefully you learned something. If you did, it done my job. If not, I try to be better next time. And just to warn the rest of the MAGA, because we're going to terrorize you again very soon. This ain't no safe space. I just got to make sure I tell y'all that. This is not a safe space. Everybody can get it. So come right or leave right. That's all I'm going to say. Y'all enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Take care, stay safe, and you know what to do when the agents of chaos come to mess up your existence.